are live.
We're live.
We are live.
And we have Mitch Jesus with us tonight.
We do.
Camera looks good.
Star Midget Jesus.
Midget Jesus, everybody.
Yeah. Praise thee.
Praise thee. This is why you pray to the almighty ball-bearing turbos.
I bet people who have like turned the song for the first time are like, what the fuck is this?
Praise be unto him, Autodiscus, our Lord and tormentor.
Yes.
Oh, unholy,
I like it.
no oil pressure.
I'm gonna tell two legs.
He
Tell
with
his
no
buddy
oil
John.
pressure shall throw the first rod. Compressions 10 to 1.
Say the Lambda, our God.
All right, guys. Welcome to Pints and Pistons.
Hello.
The only live, unscripted YouTube show where we drink beer and talk about car stuff.
And have Jesus.
And we have Midget Jesus tonight.
And
this is our Halloween special, so we're gonna do some different stuff here.
Yeah, we're doing a call-in for part of the show tonight. We have our phone number, I believe, is posted right there.
Yes.
And as well as the phone number was posted on our Facebook page. And it is not a real phone number, but it'll work only for tonight. So feel free to be a douchebag and try to call that number as much as possible after tonight because it won't exist. So,
Exactly.
but anyway,
Be smart.
if you guys want to chime in, we always talk to you guys through communication via the comment section here and everything. But if you guys want to, throw anything at us, topics, questions, anything, give us a call. We'll put you on speaker and we'll all yell at you probably in a belligerent, drunken manner.
Oh, fuck yeah, we will.
But
If you need a blessing, I perform weddings, crucifixions,
You're really good at making wine.
Oh, I'm amazed. Best thing is I can turn empty glasses into full pints.
Perfect.
can you show us this magic?
Heal my leg, fucko.
Sorry, that's the work of the devil.
So
That's fire and brimstone.
what you're
Yeah,
saying is,
necromancy is dark magic.
what you're saying is if we close our eyes and think hard enough, that 4 beers and 4 glasses will appear in front of us.
Yes.
Close your eyes, I'll prove it.
Look.
Alrighty then.
I've got them closed.
I'm not happy.
I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh God.
Oh, we got it.
I hear the work of the Lord.
I'm trying.
I hear the work of the Lord.
Oh, that's two. There you go.
Now open your eyes and look.
Oh my gosh. Oh, praise thee, Midget Jesus.
How's it going?
How's it going, neighbor?
SOS, same old stuff.
Lose your cat?
Yeah,
The orange one?
huh?
The orange one?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
Well, we'll keep our eye open.
Yeah.
We're actually live right now, so we can't run off and search with you right now.
I thought I had him, but oh, little sucker.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Okay, Chris.
Yep.
Oh wow, love the color.
Yeah, it's very good looking.
Very clear. Look how clear it is.
Wow. And
All right, guys. So tonight we have for our first beer, it's a Coppertail Brewing Company Independent Pilsner.
Oh, you got to read the thing from the bottom of the box.
Yeah.
So this is what we got going on.
Hold on.
I peed stuff.
I know.
No, I stopped in 74.
Oh, man, really?
That's when you were little.
Oh, I wasn't around then.
I wasn't quite around just yet.
I was
Ryan was little.
5.5%.
All
We'll
right,
keep an eye
guys.
out
This
for
is
it.
from the bottom of the box here. The unanimous declaration of the independent beer. When, in the course of human events, people must choose between beer mass-produced by international corporate behemoths or beer brewed in small batches by locally owned independent breweries, the public interest demands that every beer drinker declare their allegiance.
I do declare.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that not all beers are created equal, that some are endowed with the freshest and most flavorful ingredients and the love and creative passions of their makers. Some beers generate investment in local jobs and services in our communities instead of siphoning off dollars to enhance the profits of foreign conglomerates.
I wonder.
I wonder who they might possibly be talking about.
Oh, I don't wonder at all. I know exactly who they're talking
Right?
about.
Like, I'm wondering if Anheuser-Busch feels a little bit colder in all of that shade.
No doubt.
Wow.
Fucking nuts.
The end of it is, we, the holders of this six-pack, hereby declare our passion for independence. Conscience and good taste compel us to seek out the small, the local, the outstanding, and the
Mine
exceptional.
doesn't do.
And the exception, nothing is more American than independence. And I want to show you guys the box because the box artwork. So it's kind of looking like a George
Tilt it
Washington
down just
esque
a little bit. There you go.
bird going on here. And then when it shows this picture, it's them crossing the Delaware.
That's fantastic.
That is
And
fantastic.
we've had two of their other beers. We've had the Night
Yeah.
Swim and
And
the
the copper.
and the
Triple tip.
Yeah, the triple.
And
Unholy.
then 3 of us out of 4 of us have had their Oktoberfest,
This is
Which is the
very-
most Oktoberfest.
I gotta
Oh,
say,
yeah,
and I'm a
y'all
huge
still- Are y'all still bubbling too? This is gonna be very.
Yeah.
boozy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Pilsner. I mean,
I'm ready for it.
this is an American style Pilsner, obviously.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
You got some phone. There you go.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Man, once again, they did not disappoint.
No. That's as Pilsner as you can get Pilsner.
Look at the lacing it's leaving behind.
Oh,
Not much of a
yeah.
head, but
It's
look at the
drier
lacing
than I
leaving
thought it would be. Like,
But I'm okay
it's a
with
very
that.
dry taste, but it's
I'm
a
okay
very
with that.
good dry taste.
But it's not hanging around and
Right.
just annoying you. It's
It's
just
not like an IPA dry. It's,
No, yeah, and it's very much so like a pilsner with a hop snap right at the end.
Yep.
That's really fucking good.
That's what it is. Just got a real strong hops to it right
yeah,
there.
and it's another one of those abrupt.
But then it fucks off.
Yeah.
it's still bubbling down from the bottom.
But it's got a good citrus flavor to it.
Very refreshing.
Yeah, this is crisp.
Yeah.
Crisp and clean.
I like it.
Yes.
It is very
Yeah,
good.
I like this.
So the only way I can describe this in a visual way, so you know when you're watching like the
I want everybody to see how
Cooking shows or
clean
stuff
and
like
clear
that.
that beer is.
and they have like the head of lettuce or like a stalk of celery and it's soaking wet and they crack it in half
That's what taking
and
a
you
sip of
see
this
Yes.
is
and you see the what that's the
Yeah.
that is the only
like crisp
visual
snaps
way
of
that I
celery.
can describe this is this like the commercials for food where you see a head of lettuce or a thing of celery covered in water just
Yes.
where you see the burst of water and then it goes but then it goes away but then it stops.
Yeah.
That's
That's
this.
very good.
That is this.
That is fantastic.
It is amazing.
So for the 2 people out there that are watching, because you guys must be our biggest
Jesus
fans,
loves you.
Jesus loves you, and
Say something.
we're doing a call-in episode. There's a phone number you can dial. It will ring a phone, and we will answer it.
So let's go on to the news.
The news.
No,
We've
dude,
got some news.
this episode it might run a bit long because I know, especially with our main topic, I got a lot of stuff, but we got a lot of news too.
And I mean,
We were
Will's
just
here.
talking about. Hey, Will.
call the phone number.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. There is a shit ton of news that we didn't even realize we were going to talk about, but there's
Yeah,
a
stuff
lot.
pops up. For those Subaru fans who like the EJ series engines, they're going bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wonder what they're going to replace them with.
I don't know.
A conventional 4-cylinder?
Blasphemy.
So I kind of want to get this out of the way. It's one of our bigger topics we're going to talk about tonight. Anybody that follows car news, anything like that, it was on Jalopnik this past week. A Michigan judge ruled in a case where a vehicle was serviced at a shop and the wheel fell off shortly after this customer left because they didn't torque the lug nuts down properly. And the judge ruled in this appeals case that although they left the lug nuts loose, they did complete the tire rotation. Henceforth, they are not responsible for the damages.
Actually, what that was, she sued for the damages for injuries and
caused,
damages from all of
Because
that.
I think it
Right.
was. I
And
think
they
it was like
awarded her
$40,000
$40,000 for all
Yeah.
the damages and everything else. And then her lawyers went for a
Guys, we got our first
We got
call.
the ball.
all right.
Answer and put it on speaker.
Well, you're brave, aren't you?
Yeah,
This
Who
is
is
Pints
this
and
brave
Pistons
soul?
call-in show.
Probably
How may I
will.
help you?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Oh, number one, yeah. Hey, I'm number one in Kazakhstan.
Okay, so we've got Borat on the line. Borat, would you like to ask us any questions?
Yes,
Can you hear us?
What's your question, Borat? Oh, scary movie automobile.
For me, it's the thumbnail picture. It's the car.
Oh yeah, the car. Yeah,
It's what evil drives.
it is. For me, I gotta say, it has to be the Green Goblin from Maximum Overdrive. I mean, just the fact that there is this wonderful. It's supposed to be bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you, my son. It's supposed to be the most, like innocent thing where it's, it's a truck that is driving nothing but toys to a toy shop, but it becomes self-aware
Well,
and is able to drive itself.
all machines became self-aware.
I know, but just the fact that it's that, I mean, it's, oh yeah, that scares me. That scares me a lot.
For me,
My favorite scary automobile is back of my sister's car. Not my face.
Oh, yes. She,
mine's also the car though. To be honest, just like the gloom that car brought with it
Yes.
Mothra!
was haunting.
I say to you, Godsha.
Godzilla over here.
How about you, Chris?
The truck from Duel.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the truck from
Peterbilt.
Duel. Hey, Will, did you hear that? The truck from Duel.
Yeah, that old Peterbilt.
Yeah, that's a 19.
That thing was terrifying looking.
Was that a 1947 or 1950? No, it was a
It's
Type
old.
47, I believe.
Yeah, but it was old as hell.
Yeah, that thing was scary as fuck. I mean, not even just the fact that it was done up the way it was, just those trucks on its own.
Yeah.
Seeing that in your rearview mirror, you're like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?"
Right.
So yeah. Anyway, your case, what it was
Okay,
So-
hey, Will,
on the show.
we are going
So-
on with the show, so thank you very much for calling.
You're very nice.
All right, talk to you
Have a
later.
good evening,
Have a
Borat.
beautiful time. Bye-bye.
She sued for damages, and then her lawyers went after in order to get the dealership or the shop to pay for the lawyers' fees. They used they defrauded her,
Yeah.
and that's what the appeals case was.
Right.
Now, what the judges ultimately came up with and how they got there, that whole thing of like tightening the lug nuts isn't necessarily part of the wheel rotation. That's dumb as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But where they ended up going with that is that the dealership wasn't liable for the lawyer's fees because what they did was stupid, not fraudulent.
Right.
They didn't defraud her.
Yeah.
They simply fucked up.
Right.
So ultimately, the judge's ruling was correct. How they got there was fucking retarded.
Exactly. Because now they have it in I think it's just in Michigan. It was Michigan, right?
Yeah, it's Michigan. It wasn't.
I think
It
it's
wasn't
just
U.S.
in
federal
the-
law. It was a
Just
state
in
law
the
thing.
Michigan law now with I forgot the name of the law act that it was under. I forgot the name of it. There was
We're
a
car guys, not fucking lawyers.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there was a specific. Reading
Yeah.
our, there was a specific law that stated with all this shit. They have now added like a subsection in that in Michigan because
Well, wait a minute. Has the Michigan State Legislature actually added it and the governor signed it, or are they proposing it now?
they're proposing it.
Okay, because basically, because of precedent and, like the judges can make a decision and then other cases can use that as a precedent for how they do.
Yeah.
So, well, you paid us for an oil change.
We did
Yeah.
the oil change.
Did
We
the
just
oil
didn't
change.
put the oil
We didn't
plug back
put the
in.
oil plug back in tight enough.
Well,
so.
and it's the same thing with the
We're
tire. We did a tire rotation. We rotated tires. That and what they're proposing is, hey, I moved this tire to this hub and that tire to this hub.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Well, the main
I
problem,
put the lug nuts on there. I just didn't tighten them.
I'm gonna
It's
play
done.
both ends of the fucking coin here, because the main problem with this is in the automotive industry, we do tend to have lawsuits over things at some points, but not in many aspects is this being drawn to where we come down to definitions of things. And if you really want to get hyper technical in it, the one and only book definition that is the searchable and findable for tire rotation does not state anything about removing or installing lug nuts. It just states that you are positioning from wheels from front to the back for
Yeah.
even wear, and that could be where anybody could easily.
I have to break it on you there. Because in my automotive class, the same one you went to, you didn't do the textbook, I did. Okay, because after, when you joined that automotive class, they had moved on to the CDX program. I still have my Duffy book, and it has a whole chapter
About
on
tire rotations.
lug nuts. As in Ron White talking about tire college.
Well,
He must have been asleep for lug nut day.
and
I
that's-
was
and that's the
not
other
drunk
end
in public. I was thrown into public.
Right.
Well, and that's,
Like, we legit had a whole segment on
Yeah.
the proper way to tighten lug
Well, I
nuts,
mean,
how
star
you torque
pattern.
them.
But not only that, I mean, you look in any shop manual.
Star pattern.
and that's the other end of it, is that it's just fucking pure idiocracy.
It's
And-
for me,
Yeah,
it's-
so basically,
it's
Well,
common
that-
sense
that
at that
is-
point. I
well,
mean,
hold on, they're judges, so common sense is out the window.
right.
What
But
basically
that
it
is-
was non-car
that
people
is-
trying to interpret or extrapolate something related to cars, had no idea what the hell they were
The whole
talking about.
thing boiled down to they sat down and decided what the definition of perform was.
Yes,
My thing is on
that's
this,
just lug nuts.
the word that describes this whole situation, bureaucracy.
Yes.
Idiocracy.
Bureaucracy,
Well,
same thing.
this case
Different
also
accent.
points out
Different
the big
accents,
problem we
same
have
thing.
with a big problem we have with our legal system in general. She was awarded $40,000, and if that's all that dealership had to pay, they would have gladly paid it.
Yeah.
But the lawyers, the blood-sucking lawyers, wanted $70,000
To
in
cover all
legal
their,
fees.
cover all their charges.
On top of that
And because
40,000.
Michigan was not a loser paid kind of state,
Yep.
that's why they went after it for the lawyer's fees, and that's why they used the argument that they defrauded her by
Right.
leaving the lug nuts loose, and that's what brought the case. And what the judges ultimately did was, okay, what they did was incompetent, and what they did was stupid, and the mechanic admitted that he fucked up and left the lug nuts loose.
Right.
They didn't defraud her. They didn't
Yeah.
charge her for a tire rotation and not do a tire rotation.
Right.
They charge her for
They
a
did
tire
the
rotation.
rotation,
They did it. They just
did it
didn't-
improperly.
Yeah.
And the problem is the precedent that case sets
Yeah.
is from now on, anybody in Michigan, if I'm a guy working in a shop, hey, I install the new engine.
Mhm.
Just because I left all the motor mounts loose and it twisted itself around and wrapped your wiring harness up and destroyed your car, that's not really my fault. I mean, it was negligent, but I didn't defraud you, so I don't
Yeah.
really have to pay for
Well,
it.
no,
still
but that's the thing, though. I mean, if you install an engine improperly, you still didn't defraud the people.
Right, I just don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Exactly, which is incompetence.
Right.
Incompetence and fraud are two different things.
Right.
Words have meanings. So,
Oh,
Dogma.
we had another call coming in.
Huh.
Whoever just called that didn't come through, go ahead and call again. It was, I was about to say the phone number later. I'm not gonna say your phone number, whoever it was. We just had another call.
So, I see, while we're on a slight break,
4 hours per wheel.
our
Yes.
first beer, we sent you the picture. It is Coppertail Independent.
Pilsner,
Amazing. It's a
fantastic.
Pilsner. It's amazing. And then,
The one we got coming up, I took a chance on this one. Took
Yeah.
a chance on this one because Halloween.
Right.
Yeah, so Will, you know the one that we're having is the one that your boss had the other night that we discussed. But 4 Ogaduggers per wheel, that is exactly the right, when you look in a shop manual for any single car, 4 Ogaduggers on each lug nut is what you have to do. It states 4 Ogaduggers equal to
Well, we had my tires last time. They must have been 6 like a Douglas because them bastards broke.
Exactly.
Fish to break loose.
yeah, just Ogadugga.
Now, when we say shop manual, I want everybody to know.
Oh, we got another
We got
call.
Another call.
Here we go.
Hello, you're talking with Pints and Pistons.
It is Pints and Pistons. Hello. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Oh, you fucking asshole. Okay,
If
so
they make it to CVS, you're good.
if they make it to Walgreens, they're good. So if the shop says, hey, you got about a couple months left and you make it 7 miles, you're good.
You're good.
You're covered in a warranty. You're
That's
covered
hilarious.
in a warranty on that. So, but if you need a shop to do your water pump, I know a really good one, Mobile One Lube Express in Crystal River. They specialize in doing water pumps, especially on Ford 5-liter motors.
Water pumps is their thing.
Water pumps are their thing. So, you got any other questions, caller?
I'm not sure how old this
No? Yes?
Brian. 2 legs?
2 legs. I know it's you.
Can you hear us?
Hey, you got any other questions?
Well, my boss is a television repairman. Great set of tools.
We're about to hang up on your boss.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice night.
Bye.
Sorry, Brian. We couldn't understand your shit. But yes. Mobile One Lube Express in Crystal River does amazing work on water pumps. Even after the whole entire shaft completely comes out and
Well, it's supposed to do that, right?
No, you don't quite understand. When you look
I
down,
hate the story.
when
I
you look
hate
down
the
the motor,
story.
it's like every pulley was in alignment except the water pump, which is like this.
And the
it's
fan
supposed to do that. It's a board.
was 2 inches away from completely destroying every single fin on my radiator.
That would have been fun.
The shroud is what caught my
Put some
fan.
JD weld on it and send it.
Really quick,
Somebody did silicone up one of the bolt holes because it broke.
2 of them.
2 of them.
really quick, stupid little side note. If any of you want something fun to do, call your local Chevy dealership and try to order parts.
Oh,
Yay.
yes.
Yeah, I don't want to go into it, but I just wanted to say.
Yeah, they are completely out of Flamukin valves.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
those things are.
anything else you actually need for your truck or
Yes.
or Equinox or Acadia or any model.
Shit.
That's a great segue into that, actually. We've talked about this before, but guys,
We talked about it last
Yeah, last
episode.
the strike is still going on.
We were
and it's-
serious when we were talking about it.
It's still
bad.
costing GM, what, $200
They
million
a lot.
a day?
And to the point where, like, seriously, call your local Chevrolet dealership, ask for the parts department, and try to order a part for like a 2000, let's say 9 Chevy Silverado. Go ahead and try.
You will literally be met with, this is your Chevy parts department. We
Good luck.
only have what we have in stock. We cannot get you anything else. Supplies are limited. How can I help you?
Yeah.
All right, so that's a Pints and Pistons top tip right there. If you own a Chevy right now, trade it
Well,
in.
GM.
If you own a GM and all,
Now, if you
trade
own-
it in.
If you
If
own,
you're thinking about buying one, don't.
if you own a pre-95 Chevy, you're in good luck.
Yes. But anything else, guys, and we're not joking. Like we joke on this show. We are not joking about this. This is a very serious matter.
Yeah, like in a manner of like a local collision repair center that we happen to know some people that work at. They have a Chevrolet pickup truck in their collision center that was crashed, and they can't get parts for it.
Yeah.
Like not even aftermarket parts. They can't get
because all the
anything.
aftermarket people are completely
They've worn out. They can't
overwhelmed.
wash. Yeah, they
Yeah,
can't
they're
keep up with
completely
the demand.
overwhelmed with the amount of demand because there's no OEM parts.
Be careful with your GMs.
Yeah,
y'all,
so-
because it's not looking good.
Yeah,
for
in
them.
all seriousness, guys, like this is the one serious moment we are having on Pints and Pistons. Be careful with your GM vehicles if it is
Right.
after 96. Please do.
Treat it gently,
And-
take care of it.
Yes.
And as much as I hate to say it, I know how much it sucks trading out of a car, but if you own a GM vehicle you're still making payments on, get fucking rid of it now.
Yeah.
Go trade it in somewhere. I don't care if you like it. Just get rid of it because it's going to be bad.
The reason being is if something
Everything else
goes
is
wrong with it, you can't get it fixed.
Yeah.
As in, it's literally going to sit, even if it's under warranty, it's going to sit at the GM dealership until this strike is over.
UAW, according to Will, they reached an agreement today. The strike is over, but it's going to take a month
Yeah, at least
to
a month,
ramp
2
everything
months.
back up.
Yeah.
I mean, they've actually, some of the small car plants in Mexico have been shuttered because they've got no parts to build vehicles with.
Right.
Oh yeah. And Dan, apparently at the shop, there's an 84 C10 right there now.
Nice.
Steel
Speaking
parts.
of 2 legs driving it.
Steel
Speaking-
parts.
Speaking of, over on 41, just before you get to Dilbert's Diesel Repair, there is a metallic gray
On the right hand side,
Yeah.
still there, still
The
for
gray
sale.
one, yes.
It's been there for almost a year for sale.
Yeah.
It looks really nice, but I think the guy wants $18,000 for it. or
You know what?
something
It's been
like that.
driving by
He
my
likes
house.
it a lot, and he's gonna own it forever.
It's got like a crate 350 roller motor. It's nothing like special though, and it's in really good shape. But I
The
mean,
thing that's been
Well,
driving
see,
by
honey,
my
I tried to
house.
sell it, but nobody's buying it. I guess I have to keep it.
Exactly.
The thing that's been driving by my house lately, around the same early 80s, like yours, single cab long bed, C20,
oh, that's what I got. Talk dirty to me.
all stock.
Oh.
I've seen it.
All
I've actually seen a
stock.
couple. Speaking of GM, I've
Me
actually
and Will
seen.
were standing in the front yard, not yesterday, the day before on Wednesday.
I
And
can't.
we saw it drive by, and I'm like, oh,
I've actually seen a couple of the new Chevys painted in the old square
Yeah.
body two-tone.
not bad.
One was orange with a white
Yep.
center, and the other
Yeah.
one was black with blue center.
Not bad.
There's
Not
a
bad.
dealership that's doing the F-150s like that.
Yeah,
It looks amazing.
Yeah, one of those was up in when we were at Pine Street Pub last.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we saw both of them.
I just can't wait to take my.
No.
lawn
The
slam it
new
on
one's
nuts.
doing that.
Just-
The one on Pine Street was the old one. There's that 77 and 79. There's the blue and blue one, and then the black and cream color.
No, this was
one.
a new F-150.
Oh no, I'm talking
with the
about
old-
that old, those
Yeah.
2 old ones.
Yeah,
that drive
no,
around
this was-
also.
No, but while we were there, there was the orange and white Chevrolet that had the old square body
Yeah, yeah.
two-tone, and then as we were leaving, there was an F-150 that
Oh,
rolled
damn.
by with the old style two-tone paint job.
Oh damn.
So basically, one of each on the same night.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah, they look great.
Oh yeah, and I will say I hate the new body style of the Chevys, but it actually they look pretty. They look pretty when you do that scheme on them.
Yeah, as long
I
as
still
you're,
hate
as,
that
long,
front
as,
end.
as long as you're like 100 feet away, so you don't see the scale.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
that front end is so terrible.
Yeah. We got any
Speaking
other
of-
news?
Well, hold on. Speaking of the front ends, though, I saw some Ford on my way here.
Their Fords are equally ugly.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah, they put their front
Hold
end
on,
in cap.
hold on. No, I think you might be talking about the one I saw.
They
They had
bracketed
the
them.
dual light bar, one at the bottom, one on top.
No. It was a new Ford. It was a silver one. I don't know what I think it might have been an Escape, maybe. But if you took like the frowny face like the Focus has,
Yeah.
if you took that and stretched it across the whole bumper and thinned out the bumper to like this wide on each side, that's what the front of this looked like. And it was an SUV. It was a Ford. I think it might have been a new. Maybe not the
Was
Escape.
it small A?
Escape?
No, it looked like Escape.
Was it an
No,
Explorer
it was like
ST?
it looked like Escape size. Maybe it was an Edge. I've seen an Edge ST,
There's
but I haven't
the
seen a
ST,
regular.
but there's also the Explorer.
Dude, it was ugly as shit, bro.
Oh my god, the new trucks look like that upside down face kid on Family Guy.
Oh,
yes.
There's
Your whole
somebody.
life could be turned upside down face.
There's somebody who lives a few streets down from me who has an Edge ST.
Over a little bit.
That's not.
But you gotta hit the green plus. It's not even maximized. The green plus right there. The little green circle.
That one?
Mash it.
There we go. Now I
There
can
we
see
go.
everything.
But I encountered a lady who lives a couple of streets down from me who has an Edge ST, and we met at a street light the other day, and I asked her to floor it for me, and she's like, I don't want to race you. I'm like, I don't want to race either. I just want to see how that thing moves out. And she goes, all right. And she floored it. And I wasn't.
Yeah, they actually moved.
Yeah, and
pretty
I really wasn't trying to do anything, but like I was behind watching it. That thing looked like it squatted its ass down and it left me. And it
Yeah.
went, and it was gone. And I was just like, damn, that thing would actually probably put up a fair fight.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the thing.
They tore a show there a little bit.
There has been so many people complaining about how the Explorer, Edge ST, and all that. Okay, so those vehicles are for the people that have currently a Fiesta or Focus ST. A Fiesta and Focus ST are great if you have one kid.
Two.
Two, you do not want to put 2 car seats in the back of those cars. you don't want to put 2 people in the back of those cars. You've been in the back of those cars.
No, I mean, Sabrina's in the
Well,
back.
yeah, but still,
And you
it's
still wanna have
roomy. It's
something
roomy
fun.
for a couple or maybe with 1 small child. Once you go past that and you need something bigger, you go to those. And the thing is, it still has the pep. It's got the better suspension and all that, but it's still
They look pretty fucking
it's
good.
still family capable.
Right.
So it's
pretty
the thing that comes to mind is a family capable performance.
Mhm.
Right.
And that it's not a full performance vehicle, but it is one of those where you have a family of family of 4. So it's you, your wife, or significant other, and 2 kids. Don't want to be that person. Significant other and 2 kids. You still have room for stuff in the back, and you're still able to put it into wonderful sport mode and use the flappies and have fun with it.
Speaking of Explorer ST, did you see what Palm Beach Dyno did with theirs?
Mm-mm.
With basically a fuel pump and an E85 tune, it went 12.2 at 111 1/4 and did 0 to 60 and 3.9 0 to 60.
Again, family car with flappies can still have your family, but destroy people at the drag strip.
We do have.
But Ford has done this by stopping production of small cars. The only car they really make now is the Mustang.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So
Well,
the affordable.
That's the way the market has gone.
Yeah.
I agree with
Shut
what
up.
Ford has done.
You know I'm talking about that.
Well, actually, and when you mentioned all these things, we actually
I
do
was
have.
gonna say there is a new Focus ST.
No, there is. There's the
And in Europe, and it's awesome. And it's
Well, no, not
amazing.
here.
Don't bring it up.
But that's what the front end kind of looked like. Anyway, no. Besides that, so you're talking about how do we have any more news? We actually do have something.
Yeah. Oh yes, the last bit of news before we get into our main topic and our last beer.
Well, what
If this isn't what I'm thinking it is, I have something as well.
The electric shit.
No electric shit. What do you
Looks
got?
like we got a couple things.
What do you got?
Go ahead.
Corvette dyno.
Oh yes,
Okay,
Corvette
and-
Dyno.
Well, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not staying for the whole show, guys. I'm sorry, I have a terrible headache, but I really wanted to talk about this too, because I saw contradicting articles I was reading about this. So apparently, it's only been confirmed through one outfit, and it's not like hard proven that the Corvette is making what they said it's making, and a lot of people.
What was it?
650. No,
650.
650.
650? I saw 558 to the real wheels. That's what I saw.
The 650 was to the crank, I think. No, it was 650 to the wheels. Yeah, 650.
No, it was
It
calculated.
was calculated.
It was a
650.
I was
calculated
gonna
by
say,
this
I saw
Yeah.
the red one on the dyno,
Yeah.
and it threw down 558 to the wheels.
Which is obviously more than they're advertising at the crank.
Yeah,
which
because
is,
they're
you know,
advertising 430 at the crank.
there's nothing wrong with that and everything, but
495 for the one in ZL.
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is, like, I was reading up on it, and there was a couple places that said there's no way that's possible, and this one, I can't, who the fuck was it? I don't remember who wrote it, but I was reading it. They were saying that, the dyno can't, correctly calculate with the new computers and everything that's in the Corvette. All that, there's no way it could be making that power. It's like they're trying to shoot it down, and also in this article they were stating how, like, vehicles are, like, really strict to adhering to ratings and everything, and that is bogus. I mean, our biggest obvious
As long as
thing
they
is-
meet the minimum of that rating, they're good.
Exactly, and what about in the 60s when they were saying cars?
Different test methods in the 60s. Back then, they were basically taking an engine, strapping on the dyno with nothing attached to it.
Right, and they had these motors. They're like, okay, it makes 395. Well, it actually makes 500 or 600, and
Well, some of those were blatant lies for
Yeah.
insurance.
Right.
purposes.
Yeah,
but
That's
still,
not an issue.
like the
anymore.
Boss
But-
429.
yeah, but
Those are rated at 395,
I just
but
think,
they were really almost 600 horsepower to the crank.
right.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. It's making that much more power, and hopefully, it's not one of those things that's going to make.
But it was also a press car and a pre-production one at that, which is.
and
which
GM's
has
not
ex-
even making them right now.
Yeah, so the GM can't make it. So it's not like they went to the dealership and bought one off the lot and tested one because they can't.
But I think though it's one of those things that is pretty neat, and I kind of hope that when they do come out that
The Gen 3 Coyotes, the 18 Mustangs,
Yeah,
those came out. They were
those-
rated at 460.
and weren't they making
But there was people that were taking
5,
manual
7,
cars.
something,
They were
500
taking manual cars and throwing them on a chassis dyno and making 430 plus, 430, 440 tire,
Right.
bone stock.
which is fantastic.
You
And
know?
that's like 480,
Oh.
490.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be swerving on all kinds of shit. I want
Well,
Well, the
what
thing-
was your one that you were talking about?
That was the thing, that was what I wanted to bring up, was the
The
Corvette dyno numbers.
when we
Are
were,
we bringing up the electric car?
is that the Hyundai thing
We
you're
can.
talking about? Are you talking about the Hyundai thing?
No, the Corvette thing.
No, the electric thing.
The electric thing with the Mustang.
The
The,
Mustang.
well,
is fine.
the Mustang.
the,
Oh, yeah.
the Mach.
Ford
E.
has officially teased us
Yeah.
with their new 4-door Mustang.
Mustang inspired CUV.
Yes.
Hybrid.
Yeah, it's
Electric,
their 4-door Mustang.
yeah, electric thing.
Which, if they did the full-on Ford Mustang like that rendering was
It would
right
be-
when the 15 came out, I fucking love that thing. Fuck you. Jesus says fuck you to everybody that says shit with that because I
and
love
here's
that.
just like that super kick-ass Bronco concept that we were teasing
Yeah.
for 5 freaking years.
He
It
ain't
ain't
gonna-
gonna happen.
Well, it's
Right.
like, oh, sorry, Dave.
No,
one
you're
second.
good, you're good.
Remember that there was always pictures on the internet of that 05 to 09 Saline, the shooting brake one that was in that lime green color.
I've seen that one.
I fucking love that thing. I had so many people tell me that oh no, Mustang should never be. That car was.
Oh, a 2-door shooting brake would be pretty
Oh,
wild.
it was fucking amazing. It reminded me so much of, like a full-on fastback, and that thing was amazing. And plus, it had the ceiling kit, and it was in one amazing fucking color. They did that color, and then they did the Wimbledon.
Breathe.
Ooh. I love this shit.
You could take that down,
But-
100%.
Here,
They did that blue color. And it was fucking
Pump the brakes there, Squirrely.
I want to tell you the biggest thing that I think we can all be in agreement on that so many people get wound up over with this new 4-door Mustang.
The GM sucks.
No, not just that.
It's-
Here's the one thing I have to say, and I'm
It's
going
not-
to get really close, and I'm
It's
going to
not
tell
a 4-door
everyone.
Mustang, it's a CUV with some styling elements on it.
Get over it. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
still
not
don't
a
know.
4-door Mustang.
No,
It's a CUV powered by batteries that has some styling elements on it.
And here's the deal with it too. If it even
And
was
personally-
the 4-door Mustang, are they stopped making the 2-door Mustangs? No, they're not. Okay, then who cares?
Well, they did want to do that once before.
They did actually.
And back in the day, I was actually one of the people who sent the magazine postcard into Ford saying, don't do that to the Mustang.
Oh, the purple
Yeah.
thing.
So basically the new car, they should just call it Probe and be done with it.
Sorry, didn't mean to. I'm about to go, and that's gonna set me.
Well,
I do want to take a sip of one though, actually.
my opinion on
All
it
right,
is
I'll crack
this.
mine, you can have a sip and then.
I see the market they're going for.
Yes.
They're going after the
And-
Model X buyer.
And I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with. They're trying to be competitive. That's good.
Just as long as with it being the CUV or crossover or whatever the fuck it is gonna be, as long as there is no Mustang nameplate to it, they can use the Mach E, all that shit. As long as there is no Mustang nameplate to
I
it,
say they call it
I'm
a Probe.
okay. Oh yeah, well
Well,
yeah.
the big thing is, and it's gonna be the only thing that's Mustang inspired, is they're gonna use the tri-bar taillights. That's all
And you
they're
know what?
going
I'm
to
okay
do.
with that.
That's
just,
fine.
just as long as there is no, like I said, as long as there's no nameplate on it, I'm fine.
Well, like you said earlier, they could call it the Thunderbolt because of electricity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And very few people really now
P47.
have any idea what Ford's use of the Thunderbolt was back in the day.
Well, yeah, you had the 1954 Thunderbolt and that.
Yeah, track car.
But the thing was,
I
is,
still like
Must-
I think they should make it the Probe. Again.
Well,
I
the
really do.
Mustang was named.
47, so they could
Yeah, the
basically
Mustang
have
was named
the
after the
Thunderbolt name
P51.
and they control Tesla at the same time.
The Mustang was named after the P51 Mustang Warbird,
They could call it Lightning.
and so yeah, you got Lightning. There is no Lightnings right now in the Ford lineup, so you could call it the Lightning. P47 if they want to go after fucking
Control
Tesla
Tesla
and
a
that.
little bit.
So and the P47
And
was
like the Mustang,
Thunderbolt.
it would be named after an
After
airplane,
aircraft.
not a horse.
So you have that, but then I get the Mach E, like it's going off in the Mach 1 standpoint. There ain't no Mach 1s right now on that, but still the Mach
Yeah, but then
E,
it sounds like you're just calling for Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
yeah.
Maki.
I get what Ford's doing. They're going after the guy doing the fucking real actors and the
Yeah, the
fucking
real
Yes,
people
they
in
are.
commercials. The real people.
That's what you got.
That is the ultimate
Yes.
troll on GM at that point.
That would be the, speaking of Ford and GM and slight trolling, did you see where Chevy was offering a $3,000 discount on Camaro to Mustang
Yeah.
owners?
Yes. Like I could go in right now and buy a
Sorry,
brand new
guys.
Camaro and get a
Jesus
$3,000
is
discount just
leaving.
because I own a Mustang.
Jesus is leaving, but it's hot.
Bye,
It's hot.
Jesus. Bye.
Bye, Jesus.
Why don't you
Jesus
fucking
going to hell.
change? Why don't you change the weather then?
Yeah, right.
You're Jesus. Just
I
make it
tried to
cool.
attack Godzilla with Mothra, but nobody fucking wanted me to do that.
All right.
Well, no, because every time we start the show,
This
there's
is
one
these bad boys cracked open. I hate pumpkin, but I at least want to sip one before I go. And we're ending the call-in. I'm sorry.
But A, just because we are ending the call-in, trust me,
We always talk to everyone.
it is 8:42 right now. We got another 40 minutes at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for
We're gonna ramble for a while, I think.
Especially.
All right, I'm taking a real big chance on this one. This shit was expensive. This is the Greater Pumpkin. This is from Heavy Seas, the same outfit that did the Peg Leg, the beer of my people. Pumpkin
There's some
ale
sediment on
brewed
the bottom
with
too,
pumpkin
guys.
and spiced aged in a bourbon barrel. And this is a 10%er, and yeah, I really have no idea how this is gonna go.
So I will like to.
Oh, there was some sediment on the bottom.
I
already.
will
Okay,
like
give me a bottle
to.
so I can show the camera.
I will like to say. I used to never like pumpkin beer. This show has gotten me to like things that I haven't liked before.
Oh, it's got some pumpkin in it.
Oh, I love the
But-
color.
But
color is
one of my
beautiful.
favorite. Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
My knee hit the
One of
table.
my
Have a sip
favorite pumpkin beers I have come across is Shipyard's Pumpkinhead. But this
Uh-oh. Mikey
This-
likes it.
Mikey,
No, Danny likes
Danny
it.
likes it.
It's an old
No.
school TV reference. You might get it, the rest of them might not.
So let me finish this really quick before anybody.
I gotta watch y'all's reaction on it. I don't like
My
pumpkin.
thing is the aged in bourbon barrels. We've had some that is okay. Me and Brian have had a lot.
We've had bourbon barrel aged beers that were bad enough that we went searching for an
IPA,
IPA
and me and
to
Brian
cleanse
don't
our
like IPA.
palate with.
Yeah.
Well,
So
But yet we've had-
we've had them at both ends of the
But
spectrum.
like on last Friday, and Chris was there for this when Will brought his last two Ryan Ryes
which we had on the show. What was
Yeah.
that?
and that
those are brutal.
a couple months ago. But
They were
that
good.
but that is one of those
Yeah.
bourbon barrel aged ones that we
Yeah.
actually liked. It was
And then,
good.
well, then there was that Goose Island.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
That
one was
Goose Island, that was a
actually good
15.
too.
That was a
No.
15.2% monster, but it was a super
So-
complex.
Y'all
But
need- y'all
there's
need
but
to-
there's never
Sipping beer.
been an in between. It's either it's really good or
Really
God,
shitty.
what the fuck did I just have? So on that note,
Let it rip, Tater Chip. I gotta see y'all.
guys, I
had my
really,
sip.
You know what?
I really
Okay.
hope this is good.
I'm either gonna say you're welcome
Or
or
fuck
sorry
you, Brian.
in advance. So-
Or fuck you, two legs.
Y'all
Yeah, this
y'all are
is
gonna say
a
you're
Two
two-leg
welcome.
Legs. Two
beer.
Legs was the one that put this idea in my head.
I don't like pumpkin, and that shit's fire, man.
The cinnamon, the nutmeg,
Yeah. Look at his face.
pumpkin.
His face was great.
No,
That's, yeah.
like this.
I do too.
It's not.
Well, now,
It's not
this-
pumpkin beer.
I'm leaving,
It's
guys.
pumpkin pie beer.
This is fan-fucking-tastic.
Okay, hold on,
Dan,
hold on.
Get well, my buddy.
I
Yes.
will. My head's going. Man.
Bye,
that
bye,
that was really good. I'll make turbo noises on my way out. Don't worry.
Okay, so the best way I can describe this,
Oh.
Daniel is leaving the building.
yeah,
my
Dan's
head.
leaving the building. Bye, Dan.
Get well, buddy.
So the flavor this beer is giving me, you know that Mackenzie cider that we rarely
Yeah.
get? Mackenzie cider has a pumpkin pie cider. And that cider, and
Dangerous.
you know me on
This-
ciders, and he's had it. That pumpkin pie cider, you taste the pumpkin pie, you taste whipped cream. You taste, and then finally, the final thing is crust. You taste the
graham
butter
cracker.
crust.
There's the bourbon.
This,
Third sip. That got me the bourbon.
this
hit.
is
And
that.
it's good bourbon. hit.
This is that of the beer.
Oh, speaking of pumpkin beers, I had one. I couldn't find it. If I could have found it, I would have brought it. But I
He's
had
doing
one.
a burnout. Is that okay?
Nah, he's just gonna
Turbo noises.
do it. Yeah.
Oh, so
No, I had one the other day from Tampa Bay Brewing Company. It was called Gord's Gone Wild, and it was a pumpkin ale.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Great color and everything.
I got Pete.
I like it.
Yeah.
Look, it's not something I'm going to want to drink more than one of. I might not even be able to finish this whole glass because it's very dense.
Well, a 4-pack was $18 so I'm not buying it again, that's
Right.
for sure. But no,
Like, I couldn't sit and drink 2 of these, but damn, that's good.
exactly. Now, this is like I said, same group that did the peg leg. Imperial Stout.
Yeah, the Uncharted Waters.
Yeah.
We didn't read the bottle. As fall approaches and thoughts turn to Halloween, we roll out the Greater Pumpkin, a copper ale with notes of vanilla, oak, pumpkin, and flavors of autumnal spice.
Heavy Seas beer, born near the harbor of Baltimore and raised in the spirit of exploration. Heavy Seas has been independently brewed since 1995. We strive to craft brews that capture your sense of adventure. Fearless, bold, independent. Put the wind at your back and enjoy the Heavy Seas. Yeah, I'm totally
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
It's complex. It's got a lot of stuff going on. It's very rich.
The spice is there. Like I said, you get the bourbon going on, and it's not a bad bourbon. It's proper.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get to say earlier with the Mach-E thing. Anything that makes Ford money so that they can funnel that into more R&D on the Mustang,
Cool.
I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Because I bet you anything, anybody who was thinking about, the Tesla idea is really cool, but I don't feel comfortable buying from such a small company like that.
That's a symbol in Florida for lighter.
They get to buy this Ford Mach-E instead because they trust Ford, because Ford's, an institution at this point.
Yeah.
Ford's Ford. I'm a 55-year-old boomer, and I'm intrigued by the electric cars, and this is a symbol of my childhood and what I grew up with as a teenager, and it's Ford. Ford never did me wrong. I'm gonna get it.
Right. And I can go down and have a dealer service if it needs it.
Not go to a shopping mall.
Well, there's a guy on YouTube on here called Rich Rebuilds. I don't know if you've ever seen his
Hi,
stuff.
Rich.
Wait a minute. Is he the one I seen it pop into maybe everything that breaks on a Tesla and it shows the Model X with doors open?
Yes.
I've seen that pop up on feed, but I haven't watched the video.
Well, do you know what he does? Because he started his YouTube channel.
Oh, he buys the wrecked
He
ones,
buys
right?
salvaged
Yeah.
Teslas and rebuilds them. Okay? And he has run up against Tesla's Apple-like Naziist repair policies more than once. Okay? Because he bought a flooded car. And then he bought a wrecked car to move all the stuff into.
Yeah.
The flooded car. And he had an update he needed to get done. And he took it to Tesla. And when he got his car back, it would no longer fast charge. And he goes, what the hell? And they go, oh yeah, because this isn't a certified rebuilt vehicle through Tesla. We disabled fast charging because, well, we don't feel it's safe.
What about the guy that was on Hoonigan the other, I think about 3 weeks ago? He has the Tesla Truckster, the one where it was a wrecked one and he cut the back off of it, and he disabled the whole all-wheel drive, and it's just rear-wheel drive, and he's got a handbrake and all that, like a full-on.
So it's a full-on drift Tesla.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he drifts it.
Pretty sure that points any warranty.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, he bought it. Him and his friend, I forgot what the story was. Him and his friend bought, it was a wrecked one. His friend owns a shop that works on electric vehicles, and he did everything with another full salvage one and all that stuff, and made this one work. But yeah, he brought it to the Barnyard Bash the one time and just fucking destroyed it. And he got on the daily transmission and fucking ripped the thing. And all you hear is tires and screaming and all that, and it's just creepy because you got a full cloud of smoke, don't know where the car is, and all you hear is tires. There's no motor, and they're like, I ain't going near it because I don't know where the fuck it's at. But shit like that, that's cool. So can we move into our main topic? So sorry guys, I'm gonna let you know we're gonna run late. Yes, we
Might go
are
over a little bit.
We are a guy down. Dan wasn't feeling too well. props to Dan for staying so long. But us three idiots are here, and
So are you.
yeah, well, at least 4 of you. So, our main topic: what is your favorite horror movie / show? Just TV shows. Like, I'm not talking about like full just straight horror, I mean monsters, stuff like that. Vehicle. And it doesn't have to be a star vehicle, just something that was in one of the horror movies that was just,
Well, I mean, like I said, I mean,
I got a whole
the
list.
thumbnail, the car.
Yep, that was off of the
Perfect.
car. That was the
The
Forest
car,
Lincoln.
wheel drive.
That was made
Yeah,
by
that was a
George
73.
Forrest.
That was a Lincoln Continental Mark III that was redone by George Barris. There was the black Cuda from Fantastic.
Yep, that was a 71 Cuda, and that not Phantom Body Works, Graveyard Cars redid that.
car.
And I know a lot of people give that show shit for Mopars.
That dude
he
knows
knows
his
his
shit.
shit. He really
real.
does, and I fully enjoy watching his stuff because, especially in the early seasons, I think they changed the theme song now. But in the early seasons, the theme song, it would end with Graveyard Cars, and I'd go, "We're coming to get you, Barbara."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, 9/11 dead, yes!" But that also, Vanishing Point. You had the 1970 white Challenger, had a 440, had a pistol grip 4-speed in it. That movie was in fucking tense. Then
Technically, that counts for 2 movies because it was also in the Grindhouse movie, Death Proof.
Yep, Death Proof. Also, Death Proof. Well, not Death Proof. Death Race. Death Nova. From 2007 to it was in 1971, I believe. 1970 or 1971.
There was a lot of cool cars in there.
Yeah, but that car was fucking matte black paint job. It had a 454 in it and all that shit. That car was just like, you saw it and you're like, oh, that means fucking business. Then
I mean, if you're gonna spiral off on cars from TV shows, holy crap, we could be here for fucking till tomorrow.
Favorite, like, car from a TV show for me, as far as like anything horror-ish, 68. Baby. Supernatural.
oh,
the Impala?
yeah. Yep, the 4-door Impala.
Baby.
Well,
They did a whole episode that the whole episode revolved around the car, in the sense of the entire episode takes place from the vantage point of the car. Every shot is from the inside of the car one way or another. It's either them in the car, them sitting on the front of the car, or them driving around.
I mean, if you kind of want to go that crazy, I mean, if you talk about vehicles that are semi-self-aware, you've got Christine, which is sort of,
Well, Christine is always the
low-hanging
one.
fruit. Herbie the Love Bug.
But that wasn't a horror movie. Though.
Yeah, but it was a self-aware vehicle that could split
Yeah.
itself in half
I gotta
and
go
cause
on.
damage. And it got
No.
pissed off and destroyed a Jaguar one time.
Villain car. Hold on. Villain car.
No, if you're gonna talk about a car that's self-aware.
From horror movies,
If you're
villain
if you're gonna
car.
talk about a car that's self-aware, maybe not actually, but it's at least somewhat implied that it's self-aware. The Devil's Z.
Yes. The Devil's Z is a good one.
The Devil's Z.
I was actually going to talk about the Tornado from
Quentin Tarantino.
no, the Dark Place. What was that movie? What was that Stephen King book called? The Dark Half.
Yeah. Yep.
Because his alter ego
Yep.
drove a black on black Tornado.
Speaking of Tornado, there was a movie called The Highwaymen.
That's actually what one of
The
my
Trans Am from the road
No,
virus heads
no,
north.
hold on Highwaymen, because this is one of, trust me, I looked up a shit ton of stuff. Highwaymen, the Plymouth Barracuda,
Yes.
not the Cuda, the 1970 orange Barracuda in Highwaymen.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things. And then also, I don't know if you guys realized, like the Bird, that Alfred Hitchcock movie, they also had an Aston Martin DB2 Ford in that she drove.
But also, too, I mean, the Wraith.
I was going to say.
Fucking
that
right,
should be the
man,
next
a
thing.
ghost.
hey man, the street racing thing was cool when we had the edge, but now that Wraith is out there.
What's a Wraith?
You
The
lose,
Wraith,
you
man!
lose, you
The
lose
Wraith
your
goes,
car.
man, and it ain't cool.
Well, hey, just even like forget about like the Wraith car, which was one of the Dodge concept cars and that.
It was the PPG pace car.
Yep.
Yeah, that car. The
But,
actual
I mean,
actual PPG car still exists.
Yes,
and
but
it's in the basement.
all the stunt cars were actually VW based. They were bug based.
They were two chassis.
Yeah, they were two chassis bug cars and that.
Fiberglass bodies that were pulled, molds were pulled
But-
from the PPG pace
but
car.
even
But
that,
the PPG
you-
pace car is actually in the basement at the Peterson Museum.
Yep.
Yeah, and
the,
that's
the MS4, whatever the hell.
yeah,
it
that is an
M4S.
amazing car. But not only that, in that movie, you had the 81 Firebird, the yellow one with the fake suit. It had the fake blower on it that
Yep.
never fucking moved. But then you had because that was a solid
Yeah, you had
That was a solid like early 80s Chrysler movie. So you had the Shelby Daytona, the red one.
from the beginning of the movie.
Yep, which had
Pace
the
car.
V8 sounds on top of it,
Yeah.
which wasn't and it was automatic. But that thing, just looking at that car, holy
Packard
shit!
C3 Vet.
Yep, the C3 Vet. You had the truck. What was the fucking truck? I think it was a Dodge truck.
Yeah, the third gen Firebird.
Yep, third gen Firebird. I think it was a,
Rugged had the square body Chevy.
Yep.
GMC.
Then there was also a 66 or 67 Barracuda that
Gutter Boy and Skank.
Gutter Boy and Skank drove that they flipped over.
The kid from
and
the
that.
diner had the Triumph Spitfire.
Yep,
Yeah.
Triumph Spitfire that he tried to the main villain tried
Yeah.
to take from
Packard
him.
tries like
Yeah.
you're not taking the car.
Yep. That movie, like people don't realize that movie is fucking amazing. Me and Sabrina, like I finally sat down with Sabrina and had her
Alright.
watch it, and just the soundtrack for that movie.
Oh, it's
best-
awesome. It's
well,
80s everything. It
well,
was Charlie. It was pre-cooked out Charlie Sheen.
Exactly. The best thing is
Cheryl and Finn was still hot.
if you go on YouTube, the best thing with that movie is
Yeah.
Wasp Wild.
Dan had a headache. He's bad one, so he
Yeah.
took off.
So Wasp Wild Child, they do a compilation of scenes from that movie over Wasp's Wild Child,
Mhm.
and you know what? Oh, that song should have been in the fucking movie because that compilation that they do, fucking perfect.
Wasp, Mean Man with the original Mad Max.
Yes. That one was
yes.
awesome.
When they've actually got the guy looking like he's almost singing the song.
Yep.
I mean, Mean Man.
Yeah.
But
And
now
that's another series of movies we haven't talked about. The Mad Max Road Warrior movies.
Yeah.
The hero car in that. I mean, yes, they're all awesome cars.
It's not a full horror movie, but it's an action movie, and there is some, suspense. But yes, no, the 73 XB, right?
Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah, the 73
Falcon
XB
XB.
Falcon on that, and then also the cop cars in that. I mean, they're fucking amazing in that, and that's one of those. That's one of like the first movies that got.
And also his
Mel
main
Gibson.
car, the Holden station wagon.
Yep. Like that movie got Mel Gibson on like
Yeah.
the map type deal, and that movie he was fucking amazing with. But we also got to throw out Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, that 1950s Cadillac ambulance that turned into Echo One, that car. I mean, seeing that car lean
That car-
left and right around the fucking turns of New York.
Well, that car is like, that's an institution of our
Yeah, that's-
popular
that's-
culture.
Oh yeah, that's pop
That's an
culture.
actual, that's a character.
Yeah.
That's,
Right.
That's a full-blown character, just as much as Egon or anybody. Ray
Oh yeah, no,
anybody
you
else.
think Ecto
Yes.
One. Also, I gotta add in here, and Chris saw it, and I don't know if Brian saw it. The Evil Dead, the 1977.
I have to stop
well,
you. I'm sorry, I have to
77 or
stop you
78.
for a second. It's not the Evil Dead car. It's the Sam Raimi car. Because Sam Raimi has put that in every single movie he has ever made.
Next weekend, I get to see the original car that was in the movie.
Really?
So was it a 77 or 78? I think it was a 78, but it was a Oldsmobile Delta 88, the yellow 4-door one. So it was in Evil Dead. It was in Evil Dead 2. I don't think it was
It was in Dead by Dawn. Or it was in
No, I don't.
It was an Army of Darkness.
It was.
Yes, it traveled with him through the portal.
Yes.
remember?
Okay. Yes. So
So that's when
that,
he's driving around.
Yep.
He turns it into like this medieval fucking.
and then
battle
also
sled.
when you go into the Star series of Ash versus the Evil Dead, it's in there. That's what him and I fucking forgot the other character's name, but that's what Ash and that drives around in Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That is also like, it's not one of those cars you go, oh yeah, look, no, that's a car that you go, I know that car.
Now,
Once you see it.
Now, do you know how I can prove that is a Sam Raimi car and not the Evil Dead car?
Sam Raimi.
Well, no, here's why. I want you to think about something for me real quick. In Spider-Man.
Oh, fucking hell. Scared the hell out of me.
That's my neighbor, everybody.
Scared the hell out of me.
So in Spider-Man, with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, when Uncle Ben drops him off to go to the library, he's driving that old Delta 88.
Did you find him?
Yeah, I got it. That's right.
Good.
But I'll tell you another funny one, I think. You know about Bonnet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a friend, just like you guys are sitting around, he knows where he can get a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he goes down there and the guy comes out and he's got about a 4-incher. And he says, you got anything a little bit bigger? He says, well, let me look. And he comes out with a 6-inch. And he says, that's looking better. And he says, well, you got anything bigger? And he says, yeah. He says, and he got some 9-incher. And he says, oh, well, now we're talking. So he says, you got anything bigger? And he says, yeah. And the guy comes out and he's got a 12-incher. And the guy says, that's great. And he says, do you have it in white?
You do realize you are live on YouTube right now. I just want to make sure.
Welcome to
you
the
know that.
internet.
We are actually filming a show right now.
We are?
Welcome to the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah. Well, I just got a letter from people that are, I knew them when I went around with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they were with the church, and we went on some things, and so they said, this isn't a joke, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I got another one, but I'll bring it. It's too much. And so they're in Siberia for real, and they're going to school and all that. And the guy's learning Russian, okay? But I couldn't get I got their email address, and they're going to get mine. But I was trying to give them a thing from when my wife passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't find it. So, but that's for real. My wife just passed away. What, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
August the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah. But I'll find it. Yeah. Yeah, we would have been married next month. 59 years
Oh, dang.
to each other.
Yeah.
But I was always wrong, so it doesn't matter.
It goes without saying.
If you're married, you're wrong. I mean,
That's it.
I'm not even married yet, and I'm always wrong.
I was gonna say, I've only been married a couple of months. I've always been wrong.
Ever
I'm
since that
always
day.
wrong.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
before that day.
Even before that.
Before
yeah.
that day, I've always been wrong.
And then pretty much once you cohabitated, you're wrong.
Yes, I've been wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. And like I said, I never ate on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We both quit drinking in 74. You were younger then.
Oh, I wasn't even a twinkle in the eye at that point.
Oh, you were, but they didn't know it.
Oh, yeah, no, I was in the background. I was there. So.
Take it. Yeah. But and the only time we were separated is that I made a med cruise.
First step is admitting you're wrong from Cody and Will's. I've been wrong for almost 11 years.
I made a med cruise.
That's a nice program.
That's
Story
6
telling
months.
Chris's neighbor.
And then my year in Vietnam. But we were every place. Mostly,
How's that for a car?
Ooh, Revo man.
64 Impala, they glowed because of all the crazy evidence that was in it.
I dropped my Jeep off yesterday,
Yeah.
You did?
and
You got that Renegade, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I dropped it off. I owe SunTrust the money, but they came and picked, and that's where I dropped it, and they picked it up, and so I got the money, but they're gonna try to sell it, but I have to have the money, the difference of what they sell it for, and
Right.
what they're owed. Did I tell you what Miles did with the Nissan?
Uh-uh.
I took it down there to see about letting them take it, because I would have kept the Jeep.
Yeah.
And so the girl down there, I know her grandmother. She comes out, she says, well, yeah, they'll take it. And I says, okay, but I want to, I like it, the Nissan, And I says, how much? And she says, oh, we'll only charge you $6,500. I says, is that all?
Is that all?
Yeah.
How magnanimous of you.
Yes.
You'll only charge me $6,500 to take this car from me.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I got the cat. The cat was waiting for me,
Uh-huh.
little bitch. So, and the Yankees, I think, just hit a home run.
Yeah, no, he was doing all that, and then
Yeah.
he was sending me pictures of it. Cody has a motor out of his truck.
Yeah, this is the guy with the
That's the guy. That's the guy.
LS powered truck.
Yeah,
And
hey,
the-
Cody,
Evo.
Yeah.
swing by tomorrow. We'll be starting at about 4 or 5 o'clock at my house. We'll have a party going. We'll all be there. You'll swing by, and so you can tell us all that.
Yes, Cody, I will be there as well. So will Brian, I believe.
Yeah.
Brian's gonna be dressed as a serial killer. I'm gonna be dressed as Twisty.
We look like everybody else.
You just wear your normal clothes.
Yes. It's easy.
So what were we? Hold on. We got another.
Yeah, we
car.
were still talking about horror movie cars. What's your favorite horror movie car?
My what?
You ever watch any horror movies with like a specific car in them or anything like that? No.
Not a car guy.
The car, the Boris, the
Bears.
Yeah, the Bears
car.
car.
Now and I had a Dodge Dart, which wasn't a little tiny one like they got now.
Was it the Swinger?
No, it was, and it had a 426 in it, and it would move.
What year was it?
60.
It was a 60?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Those were the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those things were nice. Was it the 2-door post car? Or was it the coupe? Did behind your rear window, did it have a post spot when you opened the door? Did it have a post there, or was it solid, just window?
Yeah, just one.
Okay, so that was one of those coupes, and that was those were nice cars.
Yes.
Oh, it was basically Christine.
Yeah,
Like it was the same car as the Plymouth Fury.
The Plymouth Fury was a Plymouth Dart, like that, or Dodge Dart.
Yeah, I was in Japan,
Yeah.
and when I came home, my father says, "Where are you going?" I says, I'm going down to Portsmouth, Virginia, okay, for duty." And he says, "You're going to need a car." And I says, "Yeah, well, let's go get one." So we went up to what then was Reedman's up north of Philadelphia. And
Okay.
that had a 426 in it, and I could get rubber in a second.
Oh yeah, I bet. Cause it had the automatic, or did it have a manual in it?
Manual.
Manual, so it's a 4-speed manual in it. Yeah, those things were good. Did you when you were in Japan? What years were you in Japan for?
56 to 57, I guess.
Okay. Did you check out any of the cars that were over there?
No, I was too worried about other things.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, my dad was stationed at the Air Force. My dad was stationed in Okinawa in 66 and 7, I believe.
Yeah, he was at Kadena.
Hmm?
He was at Kadena Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason we went down there was to get, when we were going to school up in, we were in Iwakuni, we were up down at school to go in and get Kadena to get food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my grandfather was he was in World War II, and he went to, we actually just looked this up the other day. He was in Guam, well, not Guam, the islands outside of Japan. He was there from early 44 to late 44, and then he went to Iwo Jima after they did the big raid at Iwo Jima. He was there for like a cleanup crew and that. Then he was stationed in, I forgot where it was, somewhere in Japan for another like couple months. But he went before that, he was in somewhere in Germany. I forgot where it was. He got shot in the left leg there, and then he was on a hospital boat. The bullet came fully out, and they were able to heal him. And that's when he went to one of the islands, and he got shot in the other leg. And that's when he was able to heal and then able to finish up the tour and all
And he
that.
graduated school?
Oh, at that point, he was born in 1919. Well, no, 1915. He was born in 1915. So when he was doing that, he was in his 30s, and he was one of the head sergeants of the I think it was the 303 in the Army that he was on. And he did that, and he was in there, and then by the time he got out, he was like 32, and afterwards he went back to New York, and he was the plant foreman for Grumman. So during the Korean War and the Vietnam War, he was a plant manager for all the airplanes and that was coming out of Grumman, and then after the Vietnam War, he was a plant manager for all like the vehicles that were doing, all like the box trucks that Grumman did. He did all of that, but he had like 5 heart attacks and 3 strokes during that time.
We were stationed about 15, maybe 20 miles south of Hiroshima.
Oh, damn. Okay. So you were in there.
That was.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But we had to go, if we went up to Hiroshima, they said, just like you guys, take 3 or 4 guys with you, because see, the guys, you got to think, if they were your age and the atom bomb had killed their parents and their grandparents and all that, and they were growing up, and they were pissed at us.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't blame them for that, you know.
So we run and jump in a cab, and they come and chase it and kick the door.
Well, I don't blame them for that though, you know. You know.
We were going up to a base up near Tokyo, and we were on a flying boxcar, and we had to have a harness on us. And the pilot came on and he says, if you hear one bell, stand up and hook up. What do you say? The chute.
Yeah, the tag line.
Yeah, okay.
If you hear two bells,
you don't
leave the aircraft.
Yeah, immediately.
If you hear 3 bells, you are now the plane commander.
Yep. Oh yeah.
We were in Guam, and my wife wanted to come to the States, so we went up to Anderson Air Force Base, and we went in, and I says, she wants to go to the States, and he says, okay, when? What do you got? And he says, tomorrow morning, you got a KC-135.
Ooh, a 135?
Yeah.
Damn.
So just come on up.
Just now the KC-130s I've seen so many times. I've only seen one KC-135 in my entire lifetime. I've only seen one KC-135.
That was the refuelers.
Well, yeah, I've only seen one of those,
So
and
she was
those
sitting up there,
planes.
and a guy came, one of the crewmen came.
They're planes.
He said, ma'am, you want to come with me? She says, yeah. He took her back, laid her down next to the boomer,
Mm-hmm.
and up comes the jet. She watched it. We go out and hook it up and get the refueler. And she
Now,
said,
what year was that?
let me see. That was probably in the late 70s, early 80s.
Would that have been a F4 Phantom, or would that have been?
It could have been anything.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah,
pilots,
the F4 and the F-15 were both in service at that point.
Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah. The F-15, because the F-15 came into service in '76, right?
the refueler, the guy getting
Yeah.
refueled, the pilot, he's waving to her.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. Oh
she's
yeah.
waving back. So after that, she said, I did something you never did.
Hell yeah.
Fun fact about the F-15 Strike Eagle, the first gun kill by an F-15 was done by the Israelis.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You know, his dad was a pilot and all
Well,
that.
he wasn't a pilot, he was aircraft maintenance.
Yeah,
But
see,
he was a pilot.
I was
He still
stationed,
has- he still has
Yeah, he
pilots.
still is a pilot now.
I was stationed with guys that the Israelis shot up on the ship they were in, and I forget how many got killed. And they were in the Med.
Yeah, the Israelis didn't mess around when they dogfight. They were
Oh,
they
yeah,
were not
they
miss,
were-
they didn't much care for the missiles. They were gunfighters.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were old school. Try to hit them with the machine guns.
When we were at Guam, we lived right at the airport. And it was the Navy on one side and the civilians on the other side. And if they backed some of their Continentals back in this morning and started to test the engines, if you opened the door, you couldn't shut it
Oh yeah,
because the blast
The
was coming.
pressure wave.
oh yeah.
So you just called up the officer of the day and said, it's 10:30 and they're testing their aircraft. Okay. All of a sudden,
Oh yeah.
nothing.
Do you want to sit down and have a beer or no?
Okay, I said I stopped in 74.
Oh well. Do you want water? You want to sit down
No.
and have a water? Or
I'm getting ready to go back over and watch the Yankees.
Okay. Well, I'm happy that you found your cat.
Oh, he found
Okay,
me.
Well, I'm happy
See,
he found you because
Usually, if
last
you just let
time.
them go, they'll eventually come back.
Well, no,
Because
They know where
they
their
want to
food
be-
comes from.
Last time it was a bit of a.
an
I remember
adventure.
that.
Okay,
That
I'll
was
tell-
an adventure.
I'll
That
tell you,
was an adventure.
I think I told Chris, but I'll tell you about my wife dying, you know? She went into the garage and she wanted to go in. She had the step going up. She just laid down there and she tripped over it. She hit her head and her arm. So we called the ambulance and she went to CMH. Okay, and after she was there for 3 days and they checked her and said, nothing's fractured, everything's sent her out to Ocala at 100th Street, one of the rehab places out there.
Uh-huh.
And he called me, he says, doctor called me, he says, going to send her down to the West Monroe ER because she's sick. Okay, so I got the new wheelchair, took it in, and a girl came up, one of the workers there, and she says, where do you think you're going? I says, I'm taking her home. And she says, hasn't been discharged. I said, okay. I left. Okay. Next morning, it's about 7 o'clock, down at North Oak Baptist, Stan Stewart, he calls me, he says, Al, he says, you better get up to hospice, which is down on 419.
Yeah.
And he says, she's not looking good. So we went down there about 1 o'clock, afternoon. They said, Al, go get one of the nurses. I thought she was a PA because she had her shit together. And she says to me, she got a pacemaker? And I said, no, she don't have a pacemaker. He says, well, her heart's going real slow. So after 10, 15 minutes, all of a sudden, no more heart. So laid her down, took the pillow out did I bore you with this? Did I bore you with this?
No.
took the pillow out from under her head, pulled the pillowcase out, folded it up and handed it to me. I says, what's this for? She says, for the cat. Okay? So the cat now, it's in his bed, so he knows that my wife's, say, odor is there. Yeah, she was 81.
No. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Sad.
No kids. She got raped when she was 2 or 3 years before I met her. Up in the ocean, up near Maryland. And, we found her daughter. That's what she had, a daughter. She never saw the baby. Yeah. After about 10 years, she says, Al, I got to tell you something. Oh, okay. She says, I was raped and I had a baby. And so we were down in South Carolina. And I said, do you want to find her? She says, yeah. So we found out where to go, and the stuff was frozen, I guess you could say. You know, it was in an envelope.
The records were sealed?
Yes. So we paid for that. The woman says, okay, this is what you got to do. Go down to Georgia. We were in South Carolina. She says, go down to Georgia and go to this street, these streets, and there's a payphone there. About 2 o'clock in the morning, go into the payphone and go behind the phone, and there'll be an envelope there. Just take it out, don't open it there, and get it back up to South Carolina. That was all the records. So we found her. The parents said they had adopted her. So we found her, but she wasn't nice. And, she says, I need some money. I said, what for? She says, I'm behind in my mortgage. I says, okay. What's the name of the mortgage company? She said, what's their address? How much you owe? She told me. I says, okay, I'll take care of it, because I wasn't going to give her the money. Okay. Watch out for the trees.
I know.
Alright, well, we need to get this wrapped up then. We're getting pretty close to the end here.
Yeah, I think as soon as he comes back, we can bring a trailer and call it a night.
I've been watching Netflix for the past 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. You watch Breaking Bad? You ever watch that show? You should. That's a good show. It's all on Netflix. It's called Breaking Bad.
Okay.
But a high school chemistry teacher that finds out he has cancer and decides to start cooking meth. It's a good one.
My cancer was right here, colon cancer.
Yeah.
Took about 12 inches out.
Dad had that.
And I showed you this, didn't I?
What was that?
The thing on there, it was growing.
You have a,
Dad, don't peel it off, man. Let it
yeah, let her heal.
Let it,
You don't need to
It's
show us.
okay.
let it be. It's good.
Come on. When I was in Japan, I had to go down to Yokosuka to the hospital.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Yeah, they took a big chunk off there, didn't they?
Yeah. And so I had since my clearance was so high, I had to have a guy, my neighbor, who had a similar clearance. He had to go in with me in case when I got, say, knocked out, if I started saying things. And they gave me a spinal, and then the anesthesiologist right up here, he says, if you want to go out, just let me know. And there was a Japanese intern cutting on me, on my appendix. And there was a Navy doctor behind me. And he says, oh shit, my appendix had burst.
Oh, boy.
So,
All right, boss, we got to get our the rest of our show finished up here. So we're gonna finish this up real quick.
Yeah, I've been watching NCIS.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Take her easy,
Have a
boss.
good one.
I kind of got two of them.
Okay.
So,
Have fun tomorrow.
Oh, we will.
We'll try.
We got a Halloween party tomorrow, so it's gonna be more of this.
But it's Saturday.
Yep.
Nobody brought up the Jeepers Creepers truck. I know. I thought about it, but I didn't want to be too cliched.
It's okay, Mike.
Okay, so
It's okay, Mike.
the Jeepers Creepers truck.
I think we've pretty much. I think we've pretty much lost the original subject. I think that's
Yeah.
on.
I am so sorry, guys.
I
I
mean,
am so
I
sorry.
mean, normally I can be really pretty.
I know,
I can really
but
get dick,
I
but it's his
couldn't.
neighbor. He's got to live next to the guy, so
I
get
couldn't.
dick.
So can I at least do? Can I at least just finish? I got 2 cars left. I got 2 cars left.
Jeez, how late
I
are
know.
you for-
But the Jeepers Creepers truck, at least let me do the Jeepers Creepers truck because it is local to us. So the Jeepers Creepers truck, if anybody doesn't realize what the Jeepers
Chris.
Creepers thing was,
Did you meet your
is
neighbor?
Oh yeah, he's back. I seen him.
Don.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So the Jeepers Creepers truck was a 1941 Chevy cab over engine truck. And if you've seen Jeepers Creepers, that was filmed from where we're at right now, 10 minutes from us. And it was amazing. And that thing was one of the scariest vehicles to this day. Just the fact, well, besides that, just the fact that it sat at the local restaurant right there at Holder and 41 for years. And that thing was amazing. And sorry, guys.
All right. So
Yeah,
let's
so
get
we're
rid
gonna
of
wrap this
this.
up. We got 2 bringer trailers for this one because the first one I thought was really cool. The second one I thought was funny just because of the price. So the first one up, I'm just gonna show these guys some pictures.
Okay, Centurion.
Hold on, was that a Centurion?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're gonna will.
Okay, so we have, and this one did sell. So we have 31. This is a. Come on, bring it up.
Did I see 31,000 miles on there?
This is a 31,000 mile 1996 F-150 Centurion Crew Cab 4x4. As stated, it has
What engine does it have?
31,000 miles, 5.8 liter V8, automatic transmission, 4-wheel drive, light blue over gray cloth, crew cab conversion, AC, cruise control, camper shell, factory books and manuals, deluxe Marty report, clean Carfax, private party sale.
Oh, it does have a Marty report.
This one was sold.
Welcome back, Will. You missed it.
That got interesting.
Woo!
Again,
By interesting, I mean, oh god, we're all gonna die.
I really apologize so much, guys.
It's not your fault.
Well, wait a minute. He went to find the cat the first time, so it kind of is.
No,
Just saying.
I gotta say it.
I wasn't here for the lost cat last time. Not my fault at all.
You can't be rude.
No.
You can't.
No, you couldn't be rude,
You
like I said.
can't.
So anyway, this was,
You can't.
Sold at Scott Peterson Motors in Bell Fork, South Dakota. Spent spent time in Wyoming, Nebraska, and it's from California.
Oh,
So yeah, this was. I'm not sure.
Here's
How
the
is it-
big
not
knock
sure
on
how
the
it's in
price.
California.
Here's the big knock on the price.
I'm not sure how it's in California because it's not a California emissions vehicle and it's not 1974 or older.
big knock on the price. Was it within 20 miles of your original?
No. The big knock on the price is the fact that it's a gas truck and not a diesel. The diesel versions of those trucks pull 25, 30K.
I'm a horrible person.
Being a gas truck, it's in nice shape, 31,000 miles, 13.5.
But it is a Centralia, right?
A what?
Centralia?
Centurion.
Centurion.
Yes, it is.
I've seen
What did you
Centurion.
say?
I've seen Centurion Broncos going for 8.
Oh yeah. What did you say?
I said 13.5 just because of the low mileage.
And gas, so diesel.
It's not a diesel, nobody cares.
8.9.
13,750.
Fuck.
I know, mark it on them OBSs, man.
And the other one.
Is that what that fucker's called? Because I constantly heard people say,
OBS4, dude.
why is it OBS? Hold on,
Because it's the old body style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that
was gonna
body's-
say, I fucking owned that thing for
Yeah, that
years.
body's
It's broken, by the way.
Yeah, that body ran forever.
The piece-on went bad. The,
What?
the programmable speedometer odometer module
Oh.
in the cluster is bad. And because that runs the odometer, speedometer, and transmission, it doesn't shift right.
Fuck.
Okay, guys, so we have a.
I actually wanted to bring a trailer thing for once.
You did. We have a 1984 Honda CRX 5-speed.
Fuck you, burn victim.
121,000
Car defective, not on fire.
miles, 1.5 liter 5-speed manual.
Is it blue and silver?
No, it's not. It's red and silver.
Still, car defective,
Rebuilt top
not on
end,
fire.
Weber 3236 carburetor, rebuilt suspension and brakes, timing belt service, fuel system service, cooling system service, records included. 84 CRX was purchased new by the original owner from this family's Honda dealership. Was acquired by the seller as a project in Wimberley, Texas 5 years ago. Did all the rebuild stuff, blah, 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 blah. First generation CRX is now offered with accident-free Carfax report, service records, owner's manuals, and clean Texas title in the seller's name.
Okay. Oh, fuck you. Ah, fuck you.
It even has
Oh,
the
it has a
poverty-
louver?
It has the poverty wheels and the louvers. It's so perfect.
Look at the seats.
Hold on, does
Look at-
that hat come with it?
I don't know if the hat comes with it or not, but
The hat better come with
I'm
it.
pretty sure the hat comes with it because it's in the picture. But
God, look at that wheel gap.
all right, guys, fire away. And yeah, the fact that it's a CRX made me pick this one, but also it's the
61.
price that did it for me.
No, okay, okay.
Especially, you know, it's Halloween and all that, so the price definitely.
It went for over 20, didn't it?
This is a number. The only way this number happened is somebody did this on purpose.
$6,668. Well, no, $6,660. 66.
Okay, so yeah, I guess if it's Halloween, I guess the number being something like that. I was gonna say it went for like 10.
$6,666.
I didn't want to do that just to be the cliche.
Oh, I was being cliche.
Yeah, like I said, I saw that one. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. So yeah, I was originally the Centurion was the one that I was picking, but there was so much good stuff on Bring a Trailer this week. It wasn't even funny. There was
at that point,
there was
before we-
R32s, R33s, Fairlady Zs, you know, S30s.
Well, before we end on that, can
Kick-ass
we talk
BMWs.
about the 1986 Mercury Capri?
That was
McLaren.
there was
The
two.
ASC McLaren
There
Capri
were
that was
two
for
Two
sale.
of them.
There were two ridiculous 80s Fox bodies.
Yeah,
on
those,
it. There
but
were-
one was like
McLaren.
500 miles on the odometer.
The
Yeah.
McLaren was 500 miles on the odometer, fully it was fully record.
documented.
Yeah, documented, and I think it was the original owner of it,
Yeah,
and it was
perfect.
fucking perfect.
It was
And
it was a car that you would use as a reference car.
and it
because
went
had
from
never been-
26,
Uh,
26, 23
I'd
or
have to
26,000.
look at that one again
like
and
you
find
said.
out what it was because
But I saw that and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Uh-huh.
This is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You know, I worked on one of those, right?
Really?
It was an 80s. I want to say it was an 88.
That was the convertibles.
It was a convertible.
Yeah, no, that was
But it
convertible.
was a ASC McLaren Mustang
Yep.
convertible, black with a white top.
Totally
And
different. Totally different.
I know it's
from
totally
that.
different, but the fact that I've actually put my little dick beaters into one of those cars at one point. I'm actually
Yeah.
the reason why we had to work on it too, because They had replaced the cooling system hoses. And Ty told me, hey, real quick, pressure test it, make sure everything's good. So I hooked my pressure tester up to it, pumped it up. I went to go to pump it up to 15 and it got to about 12 and I heard a pop.
Heater core?
And then I looked and I saw coolant running out from the heater core hose and I went, hey, Ty,
You gotta
we
pull the
got a
whole
problem.
Gotta pull the whole dash.
And speaking of box bodies, also there's a 1978 Mercury Zephyr 4-door sedan.
Yes!
For $4,068. Now I gotta find the two box bodies.
So we appreciate
we go.
all
So
three
anyway,
people
the
watching.
900 mile, not 500, 900 mile 86 Capri ASE McLaren sold for $23,250. There is a KA24 DE powered 70.510 with a 5-speed conversion. That sold for $22,760.
Oh,
I mean, that thing is rad. And a 13,000 mile 86 SVO in shadow blue, rare
which is
ass
only
fuck.
69. Okay. There is only 69, dude, examples of that car in that color. That's how rare that color was. That color did not come on any other, it didn't come on GT and LX or anything. It was just on the SVOs.
Yeah, this one sold for $26,000.
And that color was amazing. That car, I saw the underside pictures. The original cat for that car, still with the graded shit around it. Perfect.
Yeah, everything
Perfect.
perfect. And I just saw the auction still run, has 11 more days to go, but there is an Alex Zanardi edition NSX.
Yes.
It's already at $100 and something $1,000.
Yeah, it went from $1,000 to $100,000 in like 6 hours.
Yep.
Let's see, back at the bottom of the list when it loads. If it loads.
I win.
I was gonna say, so much for not finishing the whole beer.
It was tasty.
Yeah, it's at 125 right now.
Yeah.
And it's got 11 days to go.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
On that note,
Yeah, and that's it. So we've had,
It's been an interesting show.
yeah, it ended interesting.
Yes.
Lost cat. It's kind of like we had Cletus's neighbor, but it's not dead, and well,
This is an interesting show. That
Dan,
Listen,
Dan,
it happens. Your neighbors wander into your garage sometimes.
and Dan missed all of that.
Right? Lucky bastard.
apologize. Sorry. I mean,
You guys got the full experience tonight.
Yeah, you got the Chris's neighbor experience.
I gotta say, at least when we're at my house, if Mr. Ted was to come over, it would be
A whole lot more fun.
It was, why aren't you doing burnouts? We need more burnouts.
Well, it's because it's after dark, and we don't want to understand. We don't want to upset the Mrs. Ted.
She doesn't care either.
That's true,
She's asked us about our cars also.
But that's true. But usually, once the sun goes down, we tend to be
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
We don't want to upset Mr. and Mrs. The neighbors.
Yeah. So sorry, guys. I mean, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry.
All right, so
We're live.
we'll see you next time. This is what happens when you're live and unscripted.
So,
Next time, we're doing this shit in the living room.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Later.